The forward head lean. Right now, as you're watching this, your head probably weighs 60 pounds. Okay, biologically, no. Your head stays the same size. But to your cervical spine, every inch you tilt your chin down to check a notification or scroll through a feed adds massive amounts of structural pressure. Neutral position Gree. Your neck carries about 10 to 12 pounds. Easy. The social scroll, 60. That physical strain jumps to 60 pounds. That is like carrying an average-sized 8-year-old child around your neck all day. Most people think tech neck is just about a stiff muscle or a sore shoulder. I wish it were that simple. This habit is actually remodeling anatomy. The curve, constant leaning flattens the natural C curve of your neck. Once that curve goes straight, your discs start to wear down prematurely. The breath. This is the part nobody talks about. When you hunch forward, you compress your chest cavity. This can reduce your lung capacity by up to 30%. You aren't just straining your neck, you're literally starving your brain of optimal oxygen. You don't have to throw your phone in a lake. You just have to bring the world to your eyes, not your eyes to the world. Crossing your legs at the knee. I'm going to bet a significant amount of money that at least half of you watching this right now are sitting exactly like I am. One leg over the other, totally comfortable, right? Well, you might want to uncross them for a second. We all have those autopilot habits, things we do every single day without a second thought. But what if I told you that some of the most relaxing positions you take are actually a silent tax on your body? It feels natural, but here's what's actually happening under the hood. The blood pressure spike. When you cross your legs at the knee, you're essentially kinking the hose. After it pushes blood up toward your chest, causing a temporary but significant spike in your blood pressure. The hip hinge. You're putting an uneven, grinding strain on your pelvic floor and forcing your hip alignment into a tilt that your spine has to compensate for all day long. Now, I'm not saying you're going to fall apart because you crossed your legs during a meeting, but think of your body like a budget. Every time you lean into these habits, you're taking a little withdrawal from your long-term mobility and cardiovascular health. Sleeping on your stomach, admit it. There is nothing that feels quite as cozy as face planting into your pillow after a long day. But while your brain thinks it's in heaven, your spine is actually screaming for help. When you sleep on your stomach, you're essentially forcing your neck into a 90-degree angle for 7 to 8 hours straight. Imagine standing in a room and staring at the wall over your shoulder for your entire shift at work. You wouldn't do it then, so why do it now? It's not just your neck. Because your midsection is usually the heaviest part of your body, gravity pulls it deeper into the mattress than the rest of you. This flattens the natural curve of your spine, leading to chronic lower back compression. If you wake up feeling stiff or cranky in the morning, this is exactly why. The fix? Ideally, flip to your back or side. But look, I get it. Old habits die hard. If you absolutely must be a stomach sleeper, try using an ultra-thin pillow for your head, or no pillow at all to level out that angle. Blue light microdosing. It's 2 a.m. You're just checking the time, or maybe one quick notification. It takes 30 seconds. You put the phone back down, close your eyes, and think you're going back to sleep. You won't. At least, not real sleep. Most of us know that doom scrolling for hours is bad. But what we're doing is actually more subtle and more dangerous. It's called blue light microdosing. That 30-second hit of light is a chemical biological trigger that tells your brain the sun is rising. In an instant, your melatonin production, the very thing keeping you in a deep restorative state, is suppressed for the rest of the night. Let's go back to that 2 a.m. phone check. When those specific blue wavelengths hit your retinas, they stimulate the suprachiasmatic nucleus. That's your master clock. Even if you fall back asleep, your brain stays in a state of alert standby. You're missing out on the deep REM cycles where your body actually repairs cells and flushes out toxins. You wake up feeling like a zombie, not because you didn't sleep long enough, but because you chemically canceled the quality of that sleep. Delayed large meals. You hit the gym, you drink your water, and you eat your greens. But if you're saving your biggest meal for the end of the day, you are accidentally sabotaging your body's most important maintenance shift. Here's the science. Your body is a master of multitasking, except when you sleep. When you drop a delayed large meal into your system right before bed, you're forcing a biological ultimatum. Your heart rate stays elevated to pump blood to your gut for digestion, which means your body cannot enter deep restorative repair mode. This is the scary part. While you sleep, your brain uses something called the glymphatic system. Think of it as a nightly power wash that clears out metabolic waste, literally cleaning your brain. If your body is busy breaking down a heavy 1,000-calorie dinner, that brain wash gets throttled. You wake up feeling brain fogged, not because you didn't sleep, but because your brain didn't get its cleaning cycle. So, how do we fix it without starving? Simple. Flip the pyramid. Eat like a king for lunch. Eat like a pauper for dinner. And try to finish that last bite at least 3 hours before your head hits the pillow. Mouth breathing. It's literally changing the shape of your face. Most people think air is air, whether it goes through the front door, your nose, or the side window, your mouth. Wrong. Your nose isn't just a facial feature. It's a sophisticated filtration and gas production plant. When you breathe through your nose, you're not just getting air, you're producing nitric oxide. Think of this like a VIP pass for your blood vessels. It helps them dilate, improving oxygen absorption throughout your entire body. When you bypass the nose and breathe through your mouth, especially while you sleep, you're signing up for a list of problems you definitely didn't ask for. Poor oxygen absorption. You're working harder for lower quality fuel. The morning breath from hell. Mouth breathing dries out your saliva, which is your mouth's natural defense against bacteria. Dental issues. It actually changes the pH of your mouth, leading to more cavities and gum disease. The facial structural shift. Long-term mouth breathing can actually lead to a recessed jawline and tired-looking eyes. If you wake up with a bone-dry mouth, a sore throat, or you feel like you've been hit by a truck even after 8 hours of sleep, you're likely a nighttime mouth breather. It sounds small, but over years, this habit drains your energy and ages your cells faster than they need to go.